Welcome back to No Sticks, No Bricks. This week, we are answering all the questions that you asked on Facebook.
Like an hour ago.
Yeah, right? And we're going to get into all that right after this. Whew, all right, well, we were going to try to film in downtown Florence, Oregon, which is where we're at right now. We're at Thousand Trails South Jetty, but it was too windy.
Shocking.
I know it. We tried to film a couple shots, and it was just a bunch of audio pops, and you guys don't even want to hear that. So we're back in the RV, so we'll answer our first question, which is from Cindy on our Facebook page, and she asked, do you find the drop-down bed useless? The drop-down bed. Okay, let's show you what she's talking about. So we got a 2025 Fleetwood Discovery 40M, and it does come with this drop-down hide-aloft bed. And Jennifer's going to demonstrate this, where it comes down, and it's a bed.
Yep.
And you can see that it's got this awesome, super thick, very comfortable mattress here.
Our son slept up here?
Yes.
He's young now. He said it wasn't too bad, but...
And we got the ladder up here, and the ladder hooks right here, so you can climb up here. And then this is actually a curtain that connects right here, so they have some privacy. We've only used it exactly one time in the last, I don't know, 8 months that we've had this RV, and that was when our son and daughter came to visit us in Houston for Christmas last year. Our daughter sat on our couch. This is a hide-a-bed, and then our son sat on the loft. Slept on the loft.
Well, I mean, they did sit, but yes. Yeah. Our son slept there and our daughter slept there.
But other than that, yes, it's pretty much completely useless.
It is. I mean...
There's not enough room up there for, like, good storage,
No.
like a loft and a fifth wheel or something like that. But it is handy when we do have our friends stay with us, or our
kids
stay with us, or whatever, but which is super rare. But I just don't know what else you could really do with this space. I mean, if we were to remove that, like, well, maybe some shelves would be good, but then you'd block the TV.
But where would you put the shelves?
Yeah, I know.
There's no place.
Right.
So, I mean, and then the lights. So, in reality, it's useless, but it doesn't really take up any space.
No, it's not like it's in the way.
It's not in the way.
And so Cindy also wants to know if we have any secret storage spots. And I don't really have any secret storage spots. I think it might have been you, Cindy, that actually recommended that we put spices and stuff behind here in the kitchen. Somebody recommended that to us on one of our YouTube videos. And then we did get this, which is, got all of our extra sheets and blankets and stuff like that in it. And that's, what is this called? An ottoman?
Yeah.
And this kind of just goes underneath the bed there. But other than that, there's nothing really secret. Every cabinet in this RV is stuffed.
And every cabinet I can open is stuffed.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of like fake cabinets around the loft bed. I guess there are two there that we do put stuff in. Yeah,
that's true. Let's show you what we do here. Because you have these cabinets up front that we do utilize. So and this one's actually pretty convenient. This one slides open. So this is where we put all our keys, extra keys, that kind of stuff.
So, everyone's going to know we put your wallet in.
I ain't got no money in it anyway, so.
True.
And then on this side, it's the same honey hole. And this is where we put our T-Mobile home internet. This stays up here. And so, yeah, we do utilize these little storage spots. These are dummy doors. There's absolutely nothing. So it would have been kind of nice if we could have had some storage behind this. But these shades roll up, and that's why there's no space back there, because you can see them. They're rolled up in there.
Yeah, these two are dummies.
Yeah, and these two are dummies as well.
And this one, there's really not much you can do with it, because it's all our slides and jacks and stuff.
Now, there is a spot in my bathroom that I've looked at a few times and thought, could I open this up and see what's behind there? So let me turn this light on here. So you got this cabinet here, and it's pretty much useless. Besides, it's got a couple breakers in it. One of them is for the floor heat. I know that. I think they both are. One's for the front, one's for the rear floor heat. But you can see there's some screws here. So this panel right here will come off, and I haven't opened this up to see what's behind it. I assume it's just a bunch of plumbing and wires and stuff, but I have thought about maybe pulling that out and looking to see if we can utilize it for some kind of storage space. So more to come on that. Cindy also wants to know if we carry any extra hoses and parts for anything in case we break down, and the answer is no. I don't. Nothing that would help us from a breakdown on the side of the road. We do have a warranty, of course, on the RV, and then we did buy the extended warranty through Cornerstone, which includes roadside assistance. So a Class A is just so different from the fifth wheel. If we break down, like say we blow a radiator hose or something on the side of the road, I'm just not gonna be able to fix it on the side of the road. Or do I really want to fix it on the side of the road? It's gonna be fluid everywhere. It's gonna be hot, and I'd rather just pay someone to come do it, to be honest with you. I'm going to apologize right now for butchering names. I'm only going to use first names because I'm definitely going to butcher people's last names. But this name, I'm probably going to butcher the first name. It's M-I-C-H, and she's like one of our top fans. She's always commenting on stuff, so we definitely appreciate you. And I think it's Mitch. It might be Mike. It might be Mish. I'm not really sure. M-I-C-H.
Mitch?
Let us know.
Michelle?
It could be short for Michelle.
I don't know.
So she wants to know, when traveling, how often do we stop? She can only make it 2 hours before driving and has to stop. And how much do we budget for fuel every month? We stop about every 2 hours too, and it's
not a we.
It's mostly me. I have to stop. I have a bladder this small, and when I'm drinking, the Monsters or water or coffee or whatever, I feel like if I drink one, I piss out 5. So yeah, we have to stop about every 2 hours.
I get the medical bladder. Yeah, I used to work 12 hours in the year, but
Yeah.
It's the back and the dog. So yeah, about every 2 hours.
Yep, about every 2 hours.
And I don't know what's that thing she said.
Budget?
Budget?
We don't have a budget.
Yeah, we don't do a budget.
I could tell you that we probably spent about $400 a month in fuel-ish, depending on how often we move. It really depends on how often we move, to be honest with you. So, yeah, maybe not even that much. Probably $300 to $400. And she also wants to know if we're ever going to go back to a sticks and bricks.
No. Well,
there's your answer, folks. Well, that concludes this video.
I guess not a house and a yard to maintain.
No, I don't think we'll ever be back in your traditional sticks and bricks home. We have discussed getting like a park model someday. We'll get into more of that later because we got some more questions that are going to be linked to that. So, but yeah, probably never another traditional home, Alright, so next question. Our friends over at Crawling the Country, they're also full-timers, been full-time for 3.5 years, and they also do the Thousand Trails Shuffle like we do a lot, and she's the planner. Wanted to know how far in advance we schedule our plans, our RV plans. I can answer that pretty easy. I am also a planner. I am the one that does all the planning as far as where we're gonna go, as far as where we're gonna stay. Jen kind of just gives me an idea where she wants to be at what time of the year, and then I start doing all the planning. I use RV Trip Wizard to do all my planning, and our Thousand Trails package that we have is a used package with what's called the Alliance feature that was sold back in, I don't even know when, but they quit selling it years ago. But it allows us to book 210 days out Thousand Trails parks, which is great. So we can almost guarantee to always get a spot in a core Thousand Trails park. We did add the Trails Collection in our Encore parks, or Trails Collection parks. We can only book 60 days out. So every once in a while we'll have issues with those, especially in the wintertime, if it's in hot destinations like Florida, Arizona, that kind of thing. But for the most part, we never have any issues. We supplement those with military fan camps, which we'll talk about here in a few minutes, state parks, Corps of Engineer parks, and RPI. We also added RPI to our package, which is Resorts Parks International. And if you have a Thousand Trails package, you can add that to it. And a lot of the Encore parks, or a lot of the Trails Collection parks, are also RPI parks. So if you can't get into them via your Thousand Trails membership, then you can possibly get into them through your RPI membership. So just keep that in mind. All right, next question from Patricia Lynn. How do you feel life on the road has changed over the years that we've been camping and full-time? Ooh, we've been camping a long time. We started camping together in the 90s. Of course, we've been full-time for 4 years now. And I'd say since we started full-time RVing, everything has gone up. Like, prices have really gone up. We kind of started right... COVID was still a thing. It was May of 21, so it was still a thing. And it seems like once COVID kind of got over, prices just went through the roof, and that includes food, RV parks, fuel, all kinds of stuff. So that's probably one of the biggest changes is the prices for things.
For me, I think we're no longer camping.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
feel
true.
like we're camping anymore. Like, where before, like, we'd go on the weekends, or if we took vacation time, you know, or whatever, like, we were just short periods of time in the RV, it would do more things, you know, like, leave on a Thursday, you know, come back on Monday, but the whole time we're gone, we're busy doing everything. Where now, it's like we do stuff during the week and on the weekends, and, like, we don't really do a lot of campfires anymore. It's just not really...
No. It's living. It's not
living,
camping.
It's not camping. We live in the RV and we travel... But as far as, like, the camping side, I don't feel like we do, like, what people can consider traditional camping. We're not sitting around doing s'mores or, you know, drinking cocktails by the campfire.
Now, our first year on the road, we absolutely were. There was a lot of drinking, a lot of campfires, a lot of cooking out. I mean, it was just, we took our weekend warrior mentality and went right into full time.
It was like every day of the week.
And then we had to kind of tone it down a little bit.
So I feel like that's been the big difference.
And I'll tell you one of the bigger changes that I've noticed is traffic. It doesn't seem like anybody works during the day anymore. Like,
ever.
In an office, like Tuesday afternoon at 1 o'clock, and it'll just be wall-to-wall traffic, Costco or whatever is going to be jam-packed with people. And I don't know if it's because of the big online movement of people working remotely or what, but there used to be, back in when we first started, I felt like, well, you were talking about weekends, it was super busy. You could go out on a Tuesday and go somewhere and it would be pretty tame.
It's like you said, Costco, like I would never go to Costco on a weekend.
No. Now it doesn't matter when you go.
I mean, we could go as soon as they open and it's still just as busy as what it was.
There you go. Alright, so now we're going to change up the scenery a little bit. We're going to go outside and get some fresh air while we answer some more questions.
I gotta put a freaking hoodie on and it's June.
Hey, thanks, by the way. The reason this whole video came out in the first place is because we were struggling to come up with a topic for a video for this week. And it's Wednesday right now. And we usually release on Saturdays. And we just had nothing filmed, nothing to talk about. So we posted, you know, on Facebook that Q&A time. So here we are. So thanks a lot for everybody that asked questions and on our Facebook page and the No Stick Squad. Don't forget to join our Facebook group, No Stick Squad. There's a lot of cool stuff that goes on there. A lot of people are very engaged in that, and it's pretty awesome. So there's the big baby. I know. Okay, next question is from Tina Cox, and they need trailer tires for their RV, and they're asking about our advice on trailer tires. And I have a very, very simple piece of advice when it comes to tires. Do not go cheap when it comes to tires. You get what you pay for, especially when it comes to tires. Get the good ones. You know, the high name brand ones. Don't try to save a bunch of money on tires. You're just going to end up regretting it. You're not going to get as much wear out of them. Your likelihood of having a blowout is going to go up, and that's just a fact when it comes to tires and RVs. Next question comes from one of my age brethren from the Air Force. We served together, Andy Wycheck. And he wants to know if we visited all the military fam camps.
Oh gosh.
Not visited all of them, but we've covered quite a few. I don't even know how many we've been to. At least 20 at least.
Oh, I was gonna say like maybe 10.
No.
I don't know. It's hard. We'd have to go back, but I don't feel like we've stayed at that many.
I don't know. Yeah, we'd have to go back. It's in between 10 and 20 somewhere. There's a lot that we haven't been to, though. I can tell you that.
Problem is they're not as cheap as they used to be back in the day.
This kind of goes back to what has changed since we first started camping. And I remember being able to camp at fam camps for like $10 a night, full hookups, and now they're 40, 50, sometimes $60, depending on where you're at. And like Key West, it's $35 for boondocking.
Yeah, dry camping.
Yeah, location. But we actually need to sit down and do an actual video on military fam camps, kind of rank them to the ones we've been to. We'll probably do that next time we're actually staying at a fam camp. Another question coming up. Let's make sure we answer this question by one of the staples of full-time RVers with pets.
Yes.
That is a dog waste station.
Yeah. This one actually has bags in it, though.
Yeah. All right, so the next question comes from one of my old classmates back in Iowa, Nikki Finger. Now that we've seen you travel the country, where do you still need to go or want to go? What's been your favorite? And out of all the places we've been to, if we were to pick one place to stay for 6 months or more, where would it be? Woo! We get asked that a lot as far as what our favorite is. So let's get into it. So let's start with places we have not been yet that we want to go to. So here's a few of the states that we haven't been to, and there's not that many left. I think we're down to like 6 or 7.
6 or 7.
So we have not camped since we've been full-time, by the way. We've not camped in North Dakota. But we lived in North Dakota for 3 years and we camped all over that. But we haven't camped there since we've started full-time. Minnesota, we've camped there before, not since we full-time. Oklahoma, Kansas, Arkansas, West Virginia is a state we want to go see.
Washington, D.C.
Yep, District of Columbia, even though I hate driving in that area.
Vermont, I don't think
Vermont, we went and visited, but we didn't actually stay there. So we need to go back there too.
You know those New England states, they're all just...
Yeah, you just throw a rock and hit like 3 of them.
I think Rhode Island too, we have not actually stayed in.
Right. And then as far as our favorite place, I think we get asked that a lot. And we almost always come up with the same answer, and that's Key West.
Key West.
We just love Key West. There's always something to do. You know, you've got the beaches, and you've got beautiful weather, and you got Duval Street, and then you can do your e-bikes around the island. You can go fishing, snorkeling, lay on the beach. It's pretty nice. We like Key West.
There's just so much to do.
As far as where we would stay for 6 months or longer...
I mean, I would say Key West, but there's like this thing called hurricane season.
Yeah.
That makes me... That's a negative.
Yeah, we don't want to deal with that for sure. So probably the Tucson area, to believe it or not. Tucson, Arizona, we really like that area. It's got the desert, it's got mountains, it's got everything you could possibly want as far as you know, shopping and restaurants and all that kind of stuff.
But it would be from like October to like March, April.
Yeah, it would be the winter 6 months.
Yeah.
And then when it gets hot, we go north.
Because also our kids are on the West Coast, so I think it'd just be easier to see them if we were closer.
Absolutely. Next up, Frank and Mickey's Adventures on the Road. They want to know what started us on our journey of RV life. Ooh,
it's a pretty easy one.
That one's an easy one, yep. And it all started, we're talking about full-time RV.
Right, yes.
And what was it, 90? No, not 90. We started RVing together in 90s.
Well, our daughter graduated in 2019.
2019 is really when the wheels started to turn. So we've got 2 kids. And they were obviously both living at home with us still at that time. And our daughter was getting ready to graduate high school. And she did. So we drove her all the way down to Los Angeles from Alaska, dropped her off for college, flew back to Alaska, got home, and was in the house for about a week without her, which was sad, of course. And then we realized, man, we got this big house. Our son graduates in 2 years. And then what? Now what are we gonna do with this big, huge house? We had 10 acres. I had a 30 by 50 heated shop. We were on a lake. I mean, it was just this monstrous property with a monstrous house payment and a monstrous upkeep.
You know, we just started talking, I'm like, are we gonna work the rest of our lives just to make this house payment? Because it was gonna be too big for the 2 of us.
Right, and of course we already got income being retired military.
Right.
So if we played our cards right, we knew that we could retire under 50 and live minimalistically. Yeah, I said that the first shot. Wow.
And we said that we wanted to travel. So we talked about like, are we just gonna drive and like Airbnb it? Are we gonna do like timeshares?
Right.
And I don't know how we came across. I think we loved our RV, and I think we just kind of were like, what if we like just traveled in the RV around?
We started watching a lot of YouTube videos.
Yes.
Our friends over at Changing Lanes was probably one of the bigger ones that we watched. And it really started getting the wheels turning. I'm like, these people are living in an RV full time. Why can't we?
Yeah.
And so then by 2.5 years worth of prep.
Yes.
Selling the house, and you know, everything just fell into place, and here we are 4 years later.
Yeah, like once we really knew that's what we were gonna do, that's all we focused on.
Yeah.
Selling stuff, paying stuff off, what we could live without.
Yep.
Like once we sold the house and moved into our little rental place, our whole side of the garage was just stuff for full-time RV living.
Yeah. You'd be surprised how much you can live without after you get rid of it. I mean, we just dropped more stuff off at the Goodwill the other day, 4 years later on the road. So it's nice not having as much stuff.
Yes.